So why don't we start in the majors? There's two obvious guys to talk through here, Jeremy, that fall under our kind of pair view over the couple of years we've been doing the show now. We'll start with Luke Keaschall. Currently hitting 328, 400, 534, rocking a 162 WRC plus, couple of home runs, 6 steals, striking out just 12% of the time. Do you think we should pump the brakes on Keaschall? Is the excitement getting out of hand? How do we kind of square all of that away? Because I mean, surely he's due for some regression here at some point, but he is also undeniably one of the fun reasons to watch not that fun team right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair, because if there's not regression, he's going to be the greatest baseball player of all time.
Mike Trout 2.0.
And so, and even this, what's Friday today?
Yep.
He hasn't been great this week.
Mm-hmm.
He was player of the week last week and has really come back down to earth. But I mean, you still have to figure him as the part of this next core. And there's not, aside from Buxton, who's what now, 31, or getting towards the second half of his career for sure.
Yep.
Aside from that, you can really only plug him in. I think Lewis will get all the opportunities in the world, but when a guy
and Wallner
and when a guy comes up like Keaschall and performs the way that he's performed, you got to plug him in. I think the only mystery is what's his long-term home? Can he left? Can he play left field? I think there's value there, and being a right-handed outfield bat potentially. But yeah, he's been super fun to watch, and obviously recovered from an elbow thing that made him miss the latter half of last year. But he's been really good, and I think just kind of his energy when you hear him talk after games, like he just loves playing baseball.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny because you listen to him and it's like, man, this kid's real young. But yeah, it's been a heck of a time, and I think sometimes when you have guys that energetic, it's kind of contagious, and people like playing with them, and Jersey's always dirty. He's a classic Ron Gardenhire type.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been fun to have something entertaining post deadline.
For sure. And I think the thing with Keaschall, and this is going to sound like me being a Debbie Downer, but I would remind folks that I am the
founder.
Always been high on Keaschall. Let's put it that way. But I do think maybe, of course, his performance has been incredible. I also think it looks even more stark in a lineup where, to put your point a little bit differently, the Twins probably have 2.5 good hitters aside from Keaschall, right? You've got Buxton for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, I would say, Wallner for sure. He's rocking an OPS over 800. And then you maybe have Royce Lewis.
We don't feel good about Ryan Jeffers?
I feel fine about Ryan Jeffers. I feel fine about Cody Clemens. But I guess what I'm saying is, when you have a lineup that's been this depressing for this long, someone coming along and doing what Keaschall's done stands out even more. And so I guess my one kind of remaining question for you, for us to kind of prognosticate on for fun, is where does Keaschall settle in terms of his performance? And a comp that we came up with for Keaschall previously, just in terms of production, not in terms of this is who he plays like, although I think there are some similarities, is Jorge Polanco, right? Who, if you look down his career line, I'm just looking at WAR, right? 1.9, 1.4, 3.3, 4, 1.7, 1.4. You're maybe looking at a guy who's a 1.5 to 2.5 win player with an occasional outstanding season. How does that resonate with you in terms of a potential outcome for Keaschall? And if I offered you that today, would you take it for the next 8 seasons?
Yeah, I think you absolutely take it, because the long and the short of it is that for quite some time, Polanco was kind of a spark plug in that lineup.
Yeah.
All-star, right? I think defensively value maybe similar-ish. I don't know. I mean, Polanco had some years where what was his career high in home runs?
31 and 98 RBI, and that was 2021 when things were just not going well.
Yeah. So I mean, he was a 20+ home run guy, right? You kind of count
Yep.
on that. And I don't
Well,
know.
he had 20 plus home runs for 2 seasons, and all the rest mostly teens. 16, 14, 16,
Okay.
18, 33 was a high, 22, and another 13.
So
Sorry,
maybe
I got off by 2 there.
so maybe Keaschall will have similar production. I would think, based on that first week, and we haven't seen it as much. Keaschall probably adds a little more in the run game.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's probably because you love comp. So I'll give in on this and say that that's a fair one and a good one, and definitely one that if that's the median outcome, I think that's totally fair. The hope might be that he's more than that.